Morning, my sleepy little sneak thief.
Good morning. I noticed some changes here.
Just a little bit of a... well, frustration.
Yes, I saw the gold bar.
Yes, well, that's entirely fine. Just something that I'll be fine with. Everyone has their moments. But...
Why is Pythagoras and the Durkettans both toppled?
well, I just never picked them up after I had my little
I see.
episode.
Is the saber-toothed Zavul or is that someone else?
I figured that I would combine the forces of Carcosa into
I see.
something a bit more fitting for them. But, well, I haven't
That's
taken the
Ronan
time
and that's
to
Xavier.
think too much about this since, well, but did you let your hair down or did you actually cut it?
Just let it out.
Well, it's quite lovely.
Thanks. No, it's longer than this, too. I just keep it... You know, I don't need it getting tangled in my bowstrings.
Of course. But I honestly wasn't quite expecting to see you out here. But,
Why's that?
well, maybe I was just reading too much into yesterday.
When I ran by? No, we were just busy.
Yes, as I said, I was probably just reading too much into it. When an entire town decides they hate you simply for trying to protect someone, well, it can cause a little bit of confusion.
Stop it! No, I get it, even if no one else does. I care about Aelith, too.
Yes.
Hey, stop it! What are you doing?
You heard any update from her? I have a delivery, and I'm not certain if she's, well, still where I think she is.
I don't know anything. I haven't seen her since she came to Emberfall with you in disguise.
I see.
I saw plenty traces of her in Pythagoras' place.
Yeah. So you were there too.
I went in after.
I hate to say this, but I'm still not quite convinced that what has been happening with Pythagoras is anything more than just words and bluster.
Why would he go to... No. Sark. Why would he go to the necromancers and talk about taking me? Why would he
Discussing possibilities, I don't know. He hasn't actually acted on anything.
So?
Though.
He's... While we were in there, after everything had been done, a bat was sent. Presumably from him. or his people or whatever.
What did that say?
It was a lot about, threats. I have it back. I can't recall it verbatim, but I have it. I saved it. It's back in my room at Emberfall.
All right. Well, perhaps if I read it. But
I mean, obviously, someone would be angry that someone broke into their place. I understand that. But it's still threatening, and he still talked about taking me, Sark. When I've barely met him, there's no reason for him to target me.
Well, I still think that there's a lot of words and not much action. So
I think that's what him biding his time is. That's the advantage in it.
I see. Well, I'm apologize for bringing this up.
I wanted to hear where your mind was at. Because, a lot of people don't trust you.
Yes, I know this. And I'm certain, well, several of them still live at Emberfall. But I can assure you, I did not know where I was until mere moments before the conversation started.
They were saying, at least Leanne was, that you took up arms against them?
No, the only thing I took up was a torch.
Okay.
So I could actually see them.
Look, I'm just trying to hear it from you because I don't expect the full truth from them.
No, the only person that raised arms against them were the doctor and, well, Priska. Which, if I'm going to be entirely honest, it was actually amazing watching her level an entire town by herself.
What? I don't know who you're talking about or what you're talking about.
Priska is the personal guard of the doctor and Aelith.
I see.
And, well, she also happens to be the champion of Mundo's arena.
Wait, did she take...
the only one...
She took down those from Maroon after they blasted their way through?
Yes. She was aided slightly
They got
by
whooped.
some defensive measures that I believe were set up, but all in all, it was mostly her.
So that's why they're saying that you took up arms, because you were there and then they got defeated.
I was there and I was trying to stop anyone from getting killed. But of course, they took it the wrong way. Lady Lily demanded an explanation, and any time I attempted to explain, she would interrupt me and not let me finish. It was reminding me far too much of the way that Xander handles confrontations, so I simply left.
I know what you mean. There's no talking to him when he has an idea in his head.
Yes. But I interfered. I had my thoughts of leaving. I didn't want to be caught there because I've already been in enough compromising places, but...
So does Pythagoras and the doctor still trust you?
Well, I should hope so. I put myself on the line for the doctor and specifically for Aelith. But, well, as I said, I only went out there because I didn't want anyone to die. Not anyone from Old Maroon and not anyone inside of there.
So I saw a lot of things that confused me when I was in there. The entire place had been ransacked before the owls even went through.
Yes, and that's the reason I was there.
So it was ransacked before Maroon... Before Maroon showed up?
That's what I was investigating when they did show up. Aelith came to me because
this makes so
apparently I
much
was
sense.
the only person she could think of to actually look into it for her.
Okay. That makes sense.
And as I said, I heard the rumors that they were in league, but I still don't understand. Yes, there are rumors flying around, but without any action, I can't... I'm sorry that I know that these rumors are directed at you, but what has Pythagoras actually done other than say he's selfish, he is out for himself, he is certainly someone that most would see as evil because he does what he wants. But what has he done to actually hurt anyone else? I know this sounds terrible, Io.
It really does, Sark. If you...
But you know I like operating with complete information, and
I know, and I'm not saying that you should do...
It's not adding together for me.
I'm not saying that you should do something before he's had a chance to act. I mean, that's the whole point of this here, isn't it? I thought that was the whole point of this.
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't know where the idea of wanting to destroy anything, wanting to burn anything. Yes, he wants to summon a demon, but I'm certain that he's inexperienced enough that at this point, the only thing that would actually happen is he gets eaten. He gets destroyed by his own...
Yes, and someone sacrificed dies, or multiple people. Me, Xavier.
Yes.
I'm sure Cora would be someone that he'd go after. You know, I'm surprised that Aelith isn't on the list. She probably is. What?
I don't think she would be.
Well, I'm not going to pretend like I know anything about this sort of thing.
It's very complicated, and it's one of those...
So annoying.
I think the best way to put it is that she's not precisely what she appears to be. She is, I believe, a creation of the Doctor.
Like one of those golems or necromancy?
Well, I think the first one is most likely. It's... She is a masterpiece, but there are certain signs. When she's upset, it's not tears that she cries. When she's hurt, she needs to be fixed by a doctor who is not that kind of doctor.
I remember when she got hit by arrows, there was some sort of black substance, but I just figured it was some sort of corruption.
Well, it can take hold of her, yes. As I said, an absolute masterpiece, but, well, that just leaves her with a lack of, well, material for any sort of sacrifice.
She seems so...
Yes, and...
She's got a mind. She's not...
She is a blank slate. She is learning. She is all sorts of things.
Right,
as
but
I
there's
said,
nothing...
absolute masterpiece.
No beast learns like that. They don't seem to reason or think existentially. So,
Yes, but I'm only telling you this because, well, it's the only thing that makes the most sense. I don't know for sure, but everything seems to be pointing in that direction. And I don't want to ask you to keep a secret, but this is...
right.
simply something that I have to ask you to not let anyone else know.
I'll try not to. But you know how Xander is. If he thinks I know something...
Yes. I'm going to be honest, I thought that might have been the reason you had come out here in the first place. Blowout was Xander, and you simply needed someplace to rest outside of Emberfall.
No. Yesterday was exhausting, and I've had bodyguards following me around, and I'm just tired. I wanted to train the horse and the cat back there. And I found...
I see.
Sorry?
I see. Well, I could offer you a diversion. I need to replace this, statue here. I might have damaged it a little bit in my recreation of a boar's fit.
What's the red stone and the skull?
Well, you know why we named Carmine, right?
Yes.
I simply thought it would be fitting as a representation for, well...
Aelith.
Yes.
And so the doctor and Aelith.
Well, no, this skull is a little bit more literal. Very tall, very thin.
Shaitan. What do you think he has to do with that? Because they seem like they're against Pythagoras too.
Yes, but he has a vested interest in working with the doctor and, well, an unsurpassed curiosity with Aelith. So, enemy of my enemy at this point.
You know what's funny is Ronan spoke with him. Apparently, Shaitan wants me to design him some outfit. I haven't spoken with him over it, though, because I find the idea distasteful.
Well, that I can understand, but... Well, as of this moment, well, he seems to be very protective. So I'll have to trust that Aelith and the doctor have their...
I wonder if he assumes Aelith is in danger too. Because, did I tell you I got a letter from them offering for me to stay at the obelisk to protect me?
Yes. But again, I think their goals, at least from what I know of them, would be using the doctor and, well, studying might not be the right word, but observing Aelith as a masterpiece.
I understand.
It doesn't mean that I trust them, but it does mean that, well, perhaps I do trust them with certain things. It might not be the most tasteful thing, it might not be something that any of us wants, but, well, how better to defend against a sorcerer than with another one?
No. So you're just at the center of it all.
It's not so much that I'm at the center. I just felt very apart from everyone else lately.
Yeah. Maybe don't... If you bump into Xander, don't make mention that I was here. I don't want him to blow up or start asking questions.
I see.
What? What do you mean by that?
No, you were never here, sneak thief.
I just don't know. I don't know.
Well, if the bull insists on being direct, perhaps he needs to be more direct with me.
Well, as he said, at least as he said yesterday, you haven't actually done anything, which is your argument with Pythagoras. So he's saying that he's not going to do anything, but that he doesn't trust you, and that it's inexcusable that you were there, etc., etc. He refuses to see any other alternative other than what he thinks.
Of course, because that is how he operates.
And, you know, the undertone is that I'm stupid for thinking there could be something else. And Fi thinks... Well, I will say what Fi said when I got the letter from Abelard was, I did warn you, but that was back... Fi was suggesting that you were trying to set me up.
I have my reasons not to trust Fi. But, well... until I'm certain that Aelith at least gets her fish back, I can't really go into why.
All right.
Perhaps you could weasel something out of your bodyguard.
Out of Ronan?
Yes.
Like what exactly? I need to know what I was looking for.
Perhaps some proclivities of the short one. Perhaps what sort of tools he keeps on his belt.
Can I ask why?
Well, I'll just say that obsidian knives are a little bit more rare than you might think, at least as everyday objects.
Are you suggesting that Fi is the one who broke in?
I am simply pointing to observations that I have made.
Fi would likely know where that portal was too. There's no doubt Xander would have told Fi.
Yes, but they might point towards some unnamed associate if they do ask. Some unnamed associate that might have been hired to get information. Some unnamed associate that they were a go-between for. An unnamed associate that I might have hired. It was not supposed to go the way that it went. It was not supposed to be murder. I just wanted to know what was on the other side.
So you sent someone in there, and they ransacked the place and killed the servants inside? Is that what you're saying?
That's how it looks, yes. And I did pay them, but it was only to look. I did not hire them to kill anyone. I did not hire them to steal fish. I did not hire them to steal any treasures. I just hired them to look.
Sir, I thought you could just go in there.
I couldn't. How would I know how to get in there?
I
didn't know that was Aelith's residence. There was nothing pointing to that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you knew that. I don't know. It just sounds like you're working against everyone, even your own allies. No. If that gets out,
I know. I know this looks terrible. It is one of the reasons I'm so confused, why I'm so unable to make any decisions anymore. They always...
You can't make everyone happy.
No, I can't, but I am trying to do things. I can't break in anywhere myself. I don't know how to do it. I wasn't going to ask you because I didn't want you to be put in danger. I'm not going to ask Cora because I hardly know the girl. I didn't know anyone who dealt in things like that I would be willing to hire. And so I asked Ma, and Ma pointed me towards Fi, saying that they'd be able to set something up. And they did. And it went so horribly wrong.
That would explain why it was so artfully ransacked. That's meta, though. And they could have gone in there and done that anyways. It's a mess.
I do what I do to try and protect people.
No, someone ransacked it
Try
before
and
then.
make up for what I was before, to try and make up for everything that I did, but it's just going wrong. Every step I take has always gone completely opposite of what I wanted. I just wanted to know, and then, well, I suppose I did end up learning, but, well, it didn't exactly go very well. Perhaps it's just retribution for what I have been.
I don't know.